Hi, in this video we will be taking a look at the higher 5-a-day 1st of January CorbettMaths K5 questions for the 5-a-day maths, okay? Question number 1, guys, it says solve x squared equals 51 plus 14x. Now this is what I call a quadratic equation, and quadratic equations are always in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So quadratic equations have to always equal 0, okay? That is just the golden rule, guys. So rearranging this so it's in the form of something x squared plus something x plus a number equals 0. So I'm going to bring the 14x over to the left hand side. I'm also going to bring the 51 over. So we're going to have x squared subtract 14x subtract 51 is equal to 0. Okay, so I've brought everything from the right hand side to the left hand side, so it changes the sign. So I've taken away 14x and I've taken away 51. So I get x squared minus 14x minus 51 equals 0. I can now factorize the quadratic, or using the completing the square or the quadratic formula, I'm going to try and factorize it. So it's going to be x plus a number and then x minus a number. So it's two numbers that add to make negative 14 and multiply to make negative 51. That is negative 17 and positive 3. Okay, so if you expand that, I get x squared minus 17x plus 3x minus 51. The minus 17x plus 3x gets minus 14x, and the positive 3 times negative 17 equals 0. So I worked out the factors of 51, and these were my only factors. Okay, so that is where I got the numbers from inside the bracket. Okay, so hopefully you're with me so far. Okay, now solving this equation, either x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 17 equals 0. So either x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 17 equals 0. Okay, solving each equation separately. Okay, so I'm just going to change colours. Solving x plus 3, so I'm going to take away 3 on both sides. So I get x is equal to negative 3, or x is equal to positive, it should be x minus 17 is 0. So x minus 17 is 0. Solving this other equation, adding 17 to both sides, I get that x is equal to 17. So x equals negative 3 or x equals positive 17. And that is the solution for my quadratic equation. Okay, question number 2. A is directly proportional to the square root of b. When a is 50, b is 4. Find a in terms of b. So from this first statement here, a is directly proportional, so a is proportional to the square root of b. So this is what I call the proportionality symbol, okay? So a is equal to some constant k times the square root of b, okay? We are told that a is 50 when b is 4, so we can use that to work out the value for the constant. So therefore we can say that 50 is equal to k times the square root of 4. The square root of 4 we know is 2, so 50 is equal to k times 2. Okay. So dividing both sides by 2 means that k is equal to 50 divided by 2, which is 25. So k is equal to 25. Okay, now that I know what this constant is, I can form an equation, a general equation for A in terms of B. So A is equal to 25 root B. Okay. Or equivalent. So the examiners will also accept anything that is equivalent to this. So they will also accept 25b to the power of a half as well. Okay, but that is a general solution for question 2. Question 3, guys. Prisms A and B are similar. The volume of prism A is 7 centimeters. So the volume of A is 7 centimeters cubed. Work out the volume of prism B. Now, we are told that they are similar, so this means that there is some scale factor that goes from A to B. So 2 times something is 8. Well, I'm going to times it by 3. Now, this is what I call my length scale factor. So the length scale factor sorry guys about my handwriting. So the length scale factor, so that is an E, guys, and that's an L. So length scale factor, okay, is 3. So going from A to B, I'm going to times it by 3. Now the volume scale factor, so the word volume means that I cube my length scale factor. So I'm going to have to cube my length scale factor. So the volume scale factor from A to B means that I'm going to cube my answer. And the reason why it's cubed is because we've got this power of 3 here. So the volume scale factor is going to be 3 to the power of 3. Okay, so 3 to the power of 3. Now 3 to the power of 3 is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is multiply 7 by 27, and that will tell me the volume of prism B. Okay, so doing this on my calculator, so 7 times 27, so working out 7 times 27, gives an answer of 189 centimeters cubed. And that is our volume of prism B. Okay? Question number 4, guys. Write 0.28 reoccurring, so a dot on the 8, as a fraction in its simplest form. So I'm going to let R equal 0.28 and 8, and then I'm going to put a dot here so it goes on forever. 10R, so it should be a 10 there. So 10R equals 2.888888. Okay, and then dot. 100R is going to equal to 28.88888 and 8 and so on and so forth. Now we will notice that I can label this as equation 1, this is equation 2, and this is equation 3. Now if I look at my equations and see what is common in both, in equation 2 I've got an 8 and an 8, an 8 and an 8, an 8 and an 8. So if I do equation 3, subtract equation 2, okay, I'm going to get 100R subtract 10R, which is 90R, is equal to 28 minus 8, which is going to be 26, okay, and then I'm going to have the point 8 minus 8 is 0, 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 8 minus 8. So these terms, they all cancel, okay, so they all just disappear. So on the right hand side, I'm just left with equals to 26. So 90R is equal to 26. Dividing both sides by 90, I'm going to get the R is equal to 26 over 90, which I can divide both sides by 2, and I get 13 over 45. And that is the fraction written in its simplest form. So that would be the answer for question number 4. So question 4 is looking at reoccurring decimals. Question number 5, guys. Work out the length of the missing side. So I've got to work out the length of AB. I've got a length and an angle. I can use what I call the cosine rule. So the cosine rule states that if I have two sides and a corresponding angle in between the two sides, so the two given sides, then I can use the cosine rule to work out this remaining side, which I'm going to call x. So it's going to be x squared is equal to 6 squared plus 8 squared, subtract 2 times 6 times 8 times cos of 75. Okay, and we want to work out the value for x. So x is going to be the square root of all this. Okay, so I'm just going to put square root of answer, so ANS. Okay, let's just delete that line and make it a bit smaller. So the square root of all this. So working this on my calculator, guys. Okay, so I'm going to type this into my calculator. So I'm going to have 6 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 6 times 8 times the cosine of 75. Okay, so doing the square root of the answer, and we get a length of 3.39 centimeters to 2 decimal places. To 2 decimal places. Okay, so x is equal to 3.39 centimeters. Okay, and that would be my answer for this question. Okay, right guys, so that is the end of the video today. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please press that subscribe button. Okay, drop the video a like, click that bell icon to turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on further videos and further uploads. Okay, and in the description below I'm going to put a topic for each question, okay, for this video. So question 1 looks at solving quadratic equations. Question 2 looks at direct and inverse proportion, okay, for the algebra section. Question 3 looks at length, area and volume, scale factors, so similar shapes but looking at the length, volume and area. Question 4 looking at reoccurring decimals, and question 5 is looking at the cosine rule for non-right angled triangles. So the cosine rule is used when we don't have a right angled triangle. Okay, so that is it for today guys. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you the next one. Bye for now.